In this video, Cresco International will show you how to build and use a data model in real time with the Python API. We will code in this Python notebook to create a sample data set, create a model for the sample data, use the model in streaming applications, visualize the streaming data, and finally submit the streaming application to the streaming analytics service running on IBM Cloud. Now, let's get started. Create a notebook and data science experience. First, we will run the cell to install the latest package from PyBrain into your DSX environment. PyBrain is a machine learning library for Python, and it's required to create sample data that shows the average temperature of an engine for a given period of time and calculates the engine's probability of failure. PyBrain will use the data model and streaming application. Next, we need to create an IBM Cloud Streaming Analytics Service, open IBM Cloud, open Streaming Analytics Service. Here, we create a service named Demo. Then we will set up access to the service in Python. Run the cell and then entering the name of your service when prompted. Next, we will enter your service credentials. Opening the Streaming Analytics Service dashboard, click Service Credentials, then View Credentials, and then finally click the Copy icon. Then run the following cell and paste your service credentials when prompted. Next cell is to create a sample data set. The x-axis shows the average temperature of an engine over the past 2 hours, and the y-axis shows the probability that the engine will fail in the next 30 minutes. Then we will create a model for sample data. To create this model, use the PyBrain library, which trains Feed-Forward Neural Network, FFN, to predict failure probability of the engine. Run the cell to see the model improving itself interactively. The blue line shows the model's fit to the data. Now, we want to insert the model into real-time streaming application with the StreamSX topology Python API. You must use classes that create and manipulate streaming data. The two classes in the following cell represent creation and a manipulation of data. The periodic source class submits a random number between 20 and 100 every 0.1 seconds. You can use this class to simulate sample temperature readings. The neural network model class simply takes a data item, feeds it into output to the neural net, and returns the output onto a stream. The following cell is to create instances of the class that create and process data. Each tuple produced by the periodic source class represents a temperature reading to be passed into and be processed by the neural network model class. The neural network model class produces the probability of failure calculation. Finally, you run the application with the Streaming Analytics Service context to submit it into the Streaming Analytics Service on IBM Cloud. We can now visualize the model by calling the startDataFetch method of each view. We will place the data on a queue to be retrieved and graphed. In this video, you learned how to create a sample data set, create a model for the sample data, and use the data model in a streaming application. You also learned how to visualize the streaming data and then submit the streaming application to the streaming analytics on an IBM Cloud. If you want to know more data science technologies and trainings, contact us at Cresco International.